Our partners at BetOnline continue to be your number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest odds, news, and sports developments, including this year's Wimbledon Finals, Major League Baseball, all the latest fighting news, and this season's NFL. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today. Receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BLEAV to get the bonus and get into action. Bet online where the game is. Hello, hello, hello. It's Private Talk Podcast with Alexis Texas, and we are back season 5. And today, Private Talk, we have John Legendary on the couch. Hello and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are very welcome, my Mr. Slow Burner. I know we're going to ease your way into Miss Texas. I don't bite you too hard, but I'll bite you just enough, I promise. It's going to be good. I've been seeing your name. We've talked about this earlier. It's like I feel like I know you, but I don't know you because I've met you through passing and like, hi, you have a familiar face. You have like, very like, hey, I know you for a really long time. And I see you on, mutual friends page. So I'm like, who is this John Legendary? I have to have him on Private Talk and get to know your story, get to know you, so I can say I formally know you.
I would love that.
So please tell Private Talk all about you. Introduce yourself. How long have been performing?
Yeah, so I've been in the industry for about 2.5 years.
Okay.
I'm an aerospace engineer by trade. And so I was
Just by trade.
yeah. I was in aerospace for 17 years up until February
Okay.
this year. So I would like
Big change.
Yeah.
Huh?
I would like shoot porn on like
On the
lunch
low?
break and after work or on weekends or take a
Did your coworkers find out?
I mean eventually someone
Did they tell on you?
yeah,
And
that's
they
why-
said,
that's why
hey,
I'm not working no more.
HR needs to speak to you right
Yeah,
now,
that's exactly
Mr.
what happened.
John.
Yeah, that's-
And you said, who, me?
Yeah.
Who, this? It did not.
Exactly.
But maybe it did.
Mhm.
Onlyfans.com.
Hey,
Okay, so you got outed.
yeah.
Okay, do you
Yeah.
know who did it?
Yeah,
Do you
we had
know?
a new supervisor that came on board.
Pervert.
and
He was there.
It was a woman.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're the worst.
yeah,
We
and
the
she-
worst.
And I worked remote. So she would say like on Zoom, like, look familiar, or like
Oh.
I am, like, have I met you before? Like no, but then I was in like that like Love for Lena reality show that they
Okay.
had going on, and there was a lot of clips and pictures that went viral.
So that's what did it.
Like I got
But that
posts-
just happened recently,
that
correct?
was in November, December
Okay.
timeframe. And then I had like I had people like tagging my government name on
Oh.
Facebook and
Oh.
everything. Like my dad was like, yo, people at the church tell me you're a porn and this and that. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Dad.
Was he mad or was he just like sunning you?
He was like, he was definitely like, yeah, like you need to like
You need to
chill out,
stop,
but
you're still
he know,
here.
yeah, he know how to do porn.
Okay.
But he wants to hear more positive stories,
Okay.
And I'm like, I've done all the positive things I need. I have 3 degrees, okay? So I did everything he wanted me to do.
Okay. So this one's for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So how did you stumble upon this thing? This is a prestigious job that you got let go of, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It seemed like that, that it's time, but you also were searching for other things, and OnlyFans happened to be that only thing or the other thing. So how did it kind of like, were you always like a sexual freak behind closed
Oh, yeah.
doors? Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
have a girlfriend that was like, hey, baby, come on, let's do this together? Like, how did you find your way to where like you, in a sense, tabooly got in trouble in this corporate world?
Yeah, so I was always very sex positive heavy.
Okay.
I mean, and I was in a frat in college, and I would throw house parties and walk around naked with like my gold boots on, like chasing the girls and stuff like
Okay.
that. Like it was a wild time.
You're having orgies in your.
Oh
in
yeah,
your-
like
Everybody's
yeah,
fucking.
yeah,
This
it
is
was-
why you said earlier you missed college.
yeah. That's exactly what
It's
I
all
said.
coming to Miss Texas.
That's exactly what I said. That college was fun, but
Have
so
you thought about those gold boots? Bring
I
them back
have
for
them
a
still.
scene.
I
You
have
should
them
do them
still,
for your
yeah.
OnlyFans
Yeah,
scene,
yeah,
and then sell them.
yeah, I might need to do
Yeah.
that.
Proceeds 10% to Miss Texas. The rest of you can have it.
Yeah.
All right, so go on.
So then, I got in a hot wife lifestyle as a bull.
What
And
does that
so
mean?
so
Please
that's
educate Miss
it's
Texas.
very similar to like the swing lifestyle.
Okay.
Well, where swinging is couple sharing.
Hmm.
How wifing is wife sharing. So husbands would enjoy watching me fuck their wives.
How do you sign up for a program like this?
I mean, there's like
Is this like a
websites.
Craigslist thing or
It
like
used to be Craig Apps. Yeah, they used to do
so
that.
did you like search an ad for this kind
This
of
is how
work or
it
you just
started.
fell into
This is how I fell into it. I was in,
because it's always a falling into it kind of
this is exactly how I
situation.
fell into it. I was in grad school and I was hanging out with one of my buddies at the law school, and
Can you pause real quick? How long ago time frame? Like, cause you seem fairly young. Like, what is the
thank
time
you.
frame of you being in college to where this is happening to this lifestyle
Yeah, I
era?
turned 40 this year.
Wow, look, I just gave you a real
Yeah,
compliment.
thank you.
Okay, with the old heads right here. You love when
Yeah.
you get called young.
So I graduated college on like 22, 23, and then
Okay, so you've been a freak for a long time.
yeah, and then I
Okay.
did grad school. I
It
think
wasn't like
just
5 years ago. That's why I
no,
wanted time frame. I was
yeah,
like, I need okay.
this has been a minute.
Okay, okay. He a
Like
freak though.
almost
You
20
gotta listen
years.
out private talk. You're gonna want to follow and
Oh yeah.
subscribe to his shit later.
And so me and my buddy hanging out, and he has a young lady come over. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave, let you do your thing. And he says, hold on, wait a minute. He calls this woman's husband
Oh.
and says, is it okay if my man's like, hey, no? You're like, yeah, for sure. Just make sure y'all take pictures and videos.
Oh.
And so we fucked shit out.
Cuckold.
Yeah, we fucked shit out of his wife. We taking pictures. We send it to him. He loved it. And she leaves.
What's going through your mind
I'm
while
like-
you're doing this? Like, do you believe A, that he's really gonna love it? Do you just don't care because you're young, dumb, and full of cum yourself? So
Yeah.
you're just smashing someone's wife. So that's hot in itself.
Yeah, that's-
Like
yeah.
how like what
I love the thrill.
and you were
Yeah.
doing it for free.
Oh yeah.
Because you just wanted the pussy.
I love pussy, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? and she was cute, so I was like, shit. You know, like, you know,
No brainer.
we done
I'm
had
not
a
mad
couple
at
beers and everything. Like
mhm.
shit,
What
like
kind? What kind of beers?
probably Budweiser.
Not the
We was in St.
Budweiser.
Louis,
Okay,
you know.
okay, okay.
We was drinking Budweiser. But yeah, I mean, and when she left, I was like, yo, what the fuck we just do? And then that's when he broke it down as far
So
as
he was already part of this.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. He was already doing it. And
So they paid him extra because he brought his
no, it
pop.
was free. Like, where's this? This is a lifestyle. The if you're really in this lifestyle, you're not doing it
For money.
Yeah,
You're doing it because of the kink.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
And I didn't even know that you could get paid for it until I got into porn.
Oh. See, this is where you messed up.
Yeah, I
You were
didn't
just giving dick away for free. Free dick.
know. Free.
Okay, but I also appreciate real, true perverts
Oh yeah.
and sexual connoisseurs like yourself is
Mhm.
because that's what I feel like makes the industry consistently go round is because there are people who obviously the money is good, but it's money and sexual transactions or whatever.
right.
And it gets to a certain point that you start seeing both so you
Mhm.
understand the means and business of it all. But the underlying and what belongs is like you're a freak. And
Mm.
freaks are what make sex fun and
Mm.
exciting and like passionate. And I'm
Yeah.
sure that's why I've been seeing you all over my Explore page with all these different girls and like what you're doing this content stuff is because that matters. And I feel like if it's just one way transactional, it computes where it's like you don't really like sex and you
Right,
can see
right.
it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Where
for
it's like,
sure.
so I think that as well, people are like, oh, you just do it for the money. It's like, no, but yes, but no. The beginning was I got paid, even when I first started, was way less rates than anybody ever gets
Okay.
paid now. But you don't really know, but I was doing it because I love to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then when you realize what you can elevate in just like any business, what you're worth to what that means, and you start figuring things out later on. But it was based and derived from we were all freaks. You know, I never knew about these little sites that exist with like the bull and whatever, which is very interesting about how
it's
that
a whole
goes.
ecosystem. It's sites.
So are you based off like how many after that, like, you know, because that you said that was like 20 years ago. Did
Yeah.
you continue going on other sites like this and like fucking other people's wives? Or did you
Right.
start getting regular customers where they're just like, hey, come fuck my wife?
Oh yeah. So after that experience, I think that experience was maybe about 15 years ago.
Okay.
And then there was some time that went by, maybe I would say about 8 years, 6 to 8 years ago. Well,
Okay.
maybe like 6 to 8. Yeah, 6 to 8. Um, I just started getting a lot. No, this is what I did. I went to Temptation. I took one of my
Oh,
buddies.
just Jamaica.
It's Cancun.
Oh, okay. I think there's one in Jamaica. I think I did one for
It's
Adam and
Hito.
Eve. Oh, Hito. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. You're right.
So I went to Temptations. I took my buddy there for his bachelor party,
Okay.
and because I heard this is like a real freaky place, and I went there.
But you
And
can't go there as singles, right? Don't you have
yeah,
to be
you
like?
can go there. You can go to Temptations as a single.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but like
Because I thought it was
other
like
places,
coupley or
yeah,
like
like
things,
Desire,
whatever.
you have to go with someone else.
Like like it's all no, guys. Y'all better take notes. We gotta take notes because I know the private talk that y'all are freaks out there too, and we love that. So we're gonna educate you guys.
Yeah, yeah. So we went, and I'm like, yo, there's something going on. I would see these people with like the pineapple pasties
Mhm.
and I'm like, what is those pineapples? And I'm like, yo, and I felt something. I'm like, something's going on here.
So you didn't know that there were fucking things. Fucking what's going on
I
there.
didn't know what was going on.
You just wanted to have a good time.
Yeah. I mean, I knew you can
Fuck.
find some fun, but I didn't know that it was like swingers there. I didn't even really know what
That
that
meant.
was for real, for real. And then I went back home and I started researching. I realized that those people with all the pineapples, those were swingers. Okay. And then I
So you didn't even know at the time. You didn't ask.
no,
I would be asking, like,
yeah.
"Hey, what's that? Can I have a
Yeah,
pineapple? Like,
I
what
didn't
can I?"
know. Didn't know. Because they was covering their tits. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know. Um, and so I went back, did my research, found out that this is the swinger lifestyle.
Okay.
And then I started getting on swing sites. And I learned that, there's women, couples that want to bring a man into the bedroom. And that's how I started learning more about the hot wife lifestyle and started having like play dates with like unicorns as well as couples.
What is this life? I have no idea.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
learning so much right now.
It's crazy. Like we go to
Unicorns and
like,
play date?
yeah. So like unicorn, that's essentially like a woman who enjoys the company of a couple.
Okay.
So you have
So me as a single woman, I'm a unicorn and I want to like explore
Yeah,
a couple together, like them
exactly.
together. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what a unicorn is. And then
What are the other code names?
yeah, so you got like a cuck. You know what cuck is?
Yes,
That
that's watching your
well, so
woman or your partner getting fucked.
so within hot wifing, you have two different dynamics.
Okay.
Okay, you have cuckolding
Okay.
and you have stag and vixen.
Oh,
Okay, now the difference between cuckolding and stag and vixen couples
Okay.
are that the sexual power dynamic, the
sense.
decision making, who holds that? For instance, like the cuckolding, the wife holds that decision making. If she sees me, like hubby, John, I want to fuck him, and he's like, okay, babe, like,
Because he's
the-
more of the simp in the situation.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the couple and the vixen, the guys
Stag and
dig.
vixen, they share it. So if
Oh,
the wife's on this side, the stag and vixen, if the wife sees me, like, hey, hubby, I want to fuck John, he's like, okay, cool, let's work, let's set it up. Or he could be like, no, let's pass on him, and then they
Okay.
gotta pass.
okay.
So that's the difference. One is share, and one is the wife holds that decision.
Mm,
Now, a
I
lot
like
of
the wife decision making.
like a lot of people think cuckolding is just
Actually, I don't know.
watching. That's what porn does
Okay.
to a real cuckolding. Like porn cuckolding is not real. It's just showing like a very small box of it.
So you're saying the real form of cuckolding, what it really is the woman having power in over her or making the decision making and her partner watching and he has no say?
Well, it's so
Or
much
are you saying
deeper
the
than that.
division of both where it is that and also the vixen and the stag situation as well, because you're still in turn switching partners within the role of equal
Yeah, so
communication.
the only difference is the wife gets to make the decision on the cuckolding couple, and the stag and vixen,
It's mutual.
it's mutual. They share it, and you have certain acts like chastity, humiliation.
So what is your favorite role to play?
My favorite role is the bull, but I
Okay.
enjoy cuckolding couples better because there's it's so many like psychological layers you get to pull back, and it's a build up, and I
What
get
are
that
your other
dominance.
degrees in?
Industrial engineer, business administration, MBA, and master's in information management.
So nothing to do with like social behavioral things and like
Nah.
whatever. Like, cause that's where my thing was more like
Yeah.
sociology
Mhm.
and like more like the mental game of how people
Right.
think and tick is why the layering of like what you're saying is
Yeah.
why I was fascinated in those
Oh, yeah.
fields was because I've always been intrigued by those things. And for me to see in a healthy way
Yeah.
where it's like, not only like spoken about, but appreciated
Yeah.
on both sides and it's
Yeah.
being fulfilled is really unique to see how minds tick
For sure.
when you're being completely fulfilled.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a lot of people, I think, struggle with finding true fulfillment because they're trying to appease a partner when it's not really
Yes.
their own interests. They're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
it to make someone feel better and not
Mhm.
because they really have desire to do it. And I think
Right.
that that's where things get gray area.
For sure.
But I think that that's kind of interesting in a whole other dimension of a sexual world. In the adult industry, I think is kind of cool. Well, not in the adult industry, but adult life, like
Mhm.
lifestyle industry, is there's so many different avenues that other just to porn. So it's unique to see someone like yourself dabble in those things 20 plus years ago, and then now only having 2.5 years now being in the industry, kind of seeing that. Like, what
Mhm.
was that a difficult role to step into? Because you've already been highly sexual and know that you can be a pleaser and you've kind of stepped into the bull role. But is it different because it's not really cat and mouse play? It's more like individual play in
Yeah.
a sense.
I think one thing, a good thing about like the how wife lifestyle was it allowed me to be comfortable in front of the camera. Because oftentimes the husband would film me fucking their wives.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, if I can do that, I should be able to do
Be around
porn.
other
I
people. Yeah.
should be, you know, and these are like middle aged, women. Um, and some a lot more mature. And so I was like, I think it'd be easier to fuck hot porn stars, you know.
But you're not always fucking hot porn stars.
That is
Sometimes
that's
it's
the reality.
it's a plethora, but I've heard of sometimes
Yeah.
in the hot wife world is not every wife is hot, I'm
Oh yeah, oh
sure.
yeah, yeah,
And
for
there's
sure.
different
Oh
degrees, and
yeah.
I don't, I'm not being a, misogynist or feminist
No,
myself,
yeah.
but it's like there's just certain people that maybe sexually you're great, but like
Hmm.
physically you're not.
Yeah.
And the same thing is like I think that what's interesting for me on the sexual aspect because it's for a female performer and myself and was I wasn't always sexually attracted to people, but I could always find one good thing
Right.
about someone that I could connect with.
For sure.
That I knew that I'd already made the decision and my intention was I was gonna fuck that person because we were doing a scene.
Mm.
So therefore I didn't have walls of what we knew what we were doing, like the animalistic form of what that was.
Mm.
But then it was like, how am I gonna make this enjoyable for me as well? Because for me is I don't wanna do something and feel robotic. I wanna feel like I'm a feeling empathetic person. So that's why it would always be the play on those
Oh
things of
yeah.
like figuring those things with yourself. Like why I asked that question is because a lot of what that play is to me seems
Mhm.
psychologically a turn on
Oh,
than more of like a physical stimulation
oh,
turn
for sure.
on. So yes, is the hot porn star is anybody wants to fuck
Mhm.
hot porn stars, but it's like when it's the nitty gritty where it's like you really gotta like know you like to fuck and you're gonna get your job done because
Yes.
you're in a location, you're working for a company, they're looking at you to see if you can get the job done. Like you said, like the lights are
That
hot,
shit's
the
hard.
fucking thing, whatever. No pun intended.
Right,
It
right,
should
right.
stay
Yeah,
hard,
you got to.
But I've also been on the other reverse side of when people can't deliver.
Yeah.
People can't come.
Hell
People
yeah.
can't whatever. And it's like, it's not a me thing, it's a
Yeah.
you thing.
Yeah.
And some people have bad days and some people
Yeah.
not. So when again back to it's not always like the hottest person.
Mhm.
Are those days 1000%? And those are the days that you don't come too quick because then you fucking get in trouble
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Shit, like, God damn. Get a
You're
little too
like, oh.
excited.
Did you ever in your play of a hot wife lifestyle have a wife fall in love or like maybe cross boundaries where it got kind of like blurred where
Oh yeah.
a husband was like, hey, look, this was all
A
play,
few
play,
times. Like
but
I've been in situations where the wife wanted, and this is very early in my journey. The wife wanted to play with me, and she presented my profile on the site to her husband, and he didn't have that much like urgency to plan
desire,
something,
yeah.
and she like he probably just doesn't want me to play with you. Okay, she took matters in her own hands.
So you played on the sidelines.
And she, I'm like, hey, is it okay if I come through? And we don't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. I mean, she was fine. She was big titties. I'm a, boob guy.
And at this point,
Yeah.
it's still free because it's just like a fun time thing.
This is fun. So I'm like excited. I get the hotel and everything. And we did our thing. But that was before I really understand the ethics.
The
of stuff.
rules of like, yeah.
No, you don't want to do anything with the husband not knowing.
And that to me is what I think is the fascinating part because I went to hedonism in Jamaica with Adam and Eve, and me and Tegan Presley, we were contract girls, so we hosted whatever. And there was what they call the prude side, and then the nude side. So for me, being a performer, I was like, I don't really know the rule. I don't know anything about this lifestyle, but I'm open to whatever because I'm not a judgmental person, and I'm open to sex and sexuality and all those things. But I was very timid to go over there until like the last couple of days. So I finally went over there. And what I was like kind of mad at myself was because of the knowledge that I didn't have, the naiveness was I missed out on an opportunity, which is like such a community of rules and like regulations and standards that I respected so much was because I was just thinking like, oh, they're going to think I'm a sex worker. So it's a free for all, which it was nothing like that at all. It was very respectful. Everyone had their like words, their like cue things, like everything. And so just speaking to people and like, again, the sociology, I'm very fascinated about the brain of like how people could truly share on a level of like trueness and not just trying to overplease. Was seeing that like it's a community, and that's the biggest thing is like, and there are rules, and like when you go outside those guidelines, and then you're blurring things and you're ruining people's marriages or you're doing things, and then it becomes an issue. So did you get in trouble? Was the last time you saw
No, we I did things, and it wasn't any issues on my end, but
well, go first, you did it because she's the one who's married. You're not.
But there was this one time where I set up a play date with this couple, and I didn't realize that they were on their last straw. They was having some issues. And that's when I learned to have a rule. I have to understand the health of your relationship. Like,
so you asked that question?
I asked things like that. Like I asked certain questions like, so how long you guys been doing this?
Okay, so let's take it through a protocol. I have a relationship, this fake relationship, and me and my partner, we want to participate. I don't know what this thing is. So what are you like? Are you vetting me and then saying to me?
So number one, I'm asking, how long you guys been in lifestyle?
Imaginary lifetime. We have
right. And then it's like, well, so what made you guys want to dig deep and learn more about it?
I want to explore. He's not really sure, but he wants to make me happy.
He wants to make you happy?
Yeah.
Okay. So what does that happiness look like to you? Like, is there certain things that you like that he doesn't, or vice versa?
Me coming from someone else's dick besides him, but making him watch it and like it.
And okay. And how's that been going so far with your?
You're our first person we're trying it out. Actually, you're our second. The other one was really good. He didn't cry in the corner. He was actually very happy, and he came too.
Oh wow.
You see, I can role play very well.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: like, what's like one of those darkest fantasies that you guys have? The ones that make you both excited and nervous at the same time.
That I'm gonna like it too much, and he's gonna cry in the corner.
What if he cries? What happens?
It'll probably make me come harder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Would you like him to clean it up after I come inside you?
That's an option.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's sign it up.
Okay. Okay. So that's a cut dynamic.
Okay, so with all those things for me, would you be like based off of my things? Because I was giving you wishy-washy answers. You're a second time trial. Like I'm doing it based off my greediness of what it is. Do you still partake in it, or do you see signs of like maybe this isn't the right option for me? Like how do you know?
Well, I'll also ask like, how do you guys both like to be treated? And then this is the important question: does your partner know you're talking to me?
So like if I set it up by myself and he doesn't know, or does he know that we've reached out to look inquire?
Because I've had times where guys would send me pictures of their wife or videos and say, "Hey, don't tell her I sent you or showed you these."
Oh.
Like why she should know.
So you don't play along with that part.
No, it's
Okay.
like you're being sneaky and how involved is she? You know,
Mm.
this is
But what
really
if she likes that involvement? I kind of think that's kind of hot as a
I
female.
want her to be
But I
yeah,
feel like if my partner was okay with me fucking other people and I didn't inadvertently know and he set it up, but like
yeah,
didn't tell me until afterwards, I would think I'd be okay with it.
yeah,
Because then to me, on the one thing who's like a sexual like exhibitionist as
mm,
well, is like he knows either my taste, my likeliness, or maybe that person is what
yeah,
he likes. So he's setting it up and knowing that I'm down, but I don't
right,
know a time frame of down.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It could work that way too. You know.
So what do you think, with all that being said, you played in this lifestyle. It's very like kind of it's educational for me because again, I'm very like excited about the brain and how
Yeah,
that works,
yeah.
but it's also like a psychological thing attached to you performing as well. Which do you like better or are they different?
Um,
Are they different?
oh, they're very different.
Do you find one harder than the other?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like porn is. There's nothing harder than porn.
Okay.
Like being
And
on
and
a
and, I, and
serious
obviously we say not hard as far as you can't physically do it, but as far as the mindset, because everything that you've expressed at this point to where
yeah,
your career and how you've gotten here and why you've been, successful as well is it's also a mind fuck because it's where like the like demisexual part of your brain
mhm,
needs mental stimulation and not just physical like
right.
ass and titties. Like yeah, you can be a
Yeah,
titty whoop
yeah,
person, but it's like sometimes there's just more. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
then you put on top of that being 40,
yeah.
you have to go into your spank bank
Right.
and other things.
Testosterone be lower now, you know. So yeah, yeah. It's yeah. Being on
So porn sets are definitely are harder.
so much harder.
Okay.
Like everything else is easy.
What has been your most challenging thing about it being on a porn set? Like,
Just making sure that I get hard, like
okay.
bang.
Have you been in a situation where you haven't
Hell
delivered?
yeah. Oh, it's been a time where I haven't been like, oh shit, like it's like, or you lose an erection
Mm.
and trying to get it back. It's like fuck, like it's only so much jerking you can do, you know. Like, I remember one time I was shooting, I had to go like take a bath
Mm.
to like try to get like the lube off, just cause I was for like 20 minutes trying to get it up, you know.
Now you know how baby oil back in the day, I was
Right?
how many bottles of baby oil that have been used on this body? My
Yeah.
skin is very soft, but
It looks soft,
you
shit.
know, you can touch it. It won't bite you. It's soft.
Oh, it is.
See, baby oil.
Oh,
That's how your dick and lube will be soon enough. Don't you worry. Just keep stroking. Stuff. That's funny. So, okay, so who have been some of or did you have people that you kind of sought out, like that you had like that because you go into this whole other world now? You decided to do porn. How did you cross over to like actually being a porn star and working with these top ladies and these companies and doing like that? Like, what was the crossover point from now? Like, let's stop playtime, and now that there's a business out there.
Yeah, it was August
Oh, it's the
2021.
exact same day. Life changing. I like it. Give me more.
And I'm like, shit, I want to do this. I was on Twitter. Like, damn, like, I see porn stuff. Like, because first it was just hot wives on my timeline. Then I started seeing porn stuff. I'm like, shit, I want to do that. And I saw an agency. So I went to an agency, went online, put in an application like
What
a
was the
real job.
agency?
OC modeling.
Okay, is that who you're currently with?
No.
Okay.
And then they sent in my application. They signed me like 2 weeks
So
later.
what's on your application?
It was like,
This is always what bothers
Yeah.
not bothers me, but interests me
Mhm.
because I had this other conversation with someone who told me that they sent in an application. I was like, "What are these applications to say?"
yeah. I mean, it was
And
like,
he said he got his application denied because they didn't like his ankles, which I knew he was lying.
ankles.
I was like, they don't ask you for any of that? Like
No.
liars. Okay, continue. So what is on a
was-
porn application for an agency?
Very simple questions like name, email, like location, like very simple. But you had to send pictures.
Okay.
And so it's in like,
But you could catfish a picture.
right, you could. And I think I sent like 3, like
Like
a topless.
dick pics.
Not initially.
Okay.
I just sent like 3, like regular, like modeling, like, cause I did
So
like
this was
modeling
off of a
before.
whim. This was like
Yeah.
you like were on a rabbit hole of like Google or whatever the fuck it was, and you're like, fuck it. You look down at your dick and you say, you know what, John, today's the day. Why the fuck not? What do I gotta lose? So you go and you fucking went to OC Modeling and you went and you applied. That says, did it say dick size? It said nothing.
It may have said dick size.
Did you know what it was?
Yeah.
So you've measured.
Yeah.
What is the size?
8 inches.
Okay, so check. Selfie, check.
Right.
Dick. It didn't say dick picked.
No.
Okay,
She later asked for one.
So then you submitted.
Yeah.
The next day they call back.
Like it was like a week later she called.
Okay, and they say, "Hey, John, we got your application. You have been selected out of all the participants."
No, she was like, so, do you think you can do this? Tell me more about yourself. And
Did she think this was like a prank call, or were you like, "Oh, this was my shot"?
Yeah, I took it like a real ass interview.
Okay. So you were like shitting your pants when you got the call. You're like, "Oh fuck, it's like." But you submitted a week later, a week ago, and you don't know she's calling, right? So
I thought that was fast, because like corporate America, you apply and you don't hear back for like a month.
I've never applied for a real job. I don't think. I don't know.
And so I was like a career coach, like in corporate America, like like Forbes, like I have like articles in Forbes and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm used to like interviews.
So a
and stuff
different
like
style of like whatever. So you were ready.
Oh yeah.
Like you were everything. You were ready as far as like the logistical part of it because you're like, I've been coaching people. Whatever, like
I'm the guru.
This is cool.
I'm about to ace this.
You're a very interesting man.
But this now I gotta talk about my dick,
Have you ever done that before?
Brain. Only when I'm sexy. Like wives.
Who are you sexy?
Wives.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that still your kink?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So how many wives are you currently fucking?
None right now.
So you don't have a
I don't have
roster
time.
of wives. Because you're fucking too many OF girls.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
How many content scenes are you doing a week?
A week? Oh, I try not to do that much anymore.
Okay.
So I tried 2-ish nowadays. Yeah.
What were you doing in the past?
Oh shit, like
every day?
At least 5 scenes. Last year, like 4 to 5 scenes.
Were you shooting blanks after?
Mm-mm.
You take what is it, the bee pollen? What is it called? The Manuka honey?
Z? I was doing like 4 or 5 scenes a week last year.
Okay.
So I have so much content in my backlog where I don't have to shoot that much anymore.
Okay.
Now it's more like trying to do other forms of content, like safe for work content.
So you're like doing the TikTok type of.
I try to do that shit, It's like a 40-year-old man trying to learn the shit like these young kids. It's hard.
I'm not a 40-year-old man, but I feel the same way. It's like but I feel like again even with OnlyFans, it's like everyone has their lane.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to figure out what that means. Maybe you should figure out like coaching things for people and like do it in like a adult way. Where it's like now you're being a mentor of someone who's, knew the background of like all like the mainstream thing and then giving like the adult part. And then you give snippets on your TikTok and then they keep wanting more. See? I have a business mind. I just always go through that. I'm always thinking of ways. I'm like, I just tax you 10% afterwards. And, it's great.
That's cool.
That's a really slight fee for my greatness. I mean, I feel like.
That's not bad.
So we talked about earlier how in the beginning, like, your dad, your family, like, how do they feel about now? Like, at that point, you were saying, like, the church and things like that. Like, it was obviously not something that people want to say, like.
They don't care. Like, they don't care. Like,
okay. They're supportive.
They're very supportive. Like, my brothers and my dad, they're all supportive.
Are you youngest, oldest? Where do you
I'm
fall?
in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. But
You the rebel.
Yeah, exactly. And so I've always been wild. I always been crazy. And they know I've been fucking wise for a long time.
Oh.
So porn is like nothing. It was like, well.
So would they rather you be doing porn than fucking wives?
Yeah, my dad would for sure because he doesn't understand the concept. I would say my younger brother too because they don't understand the concept that the husbands actually want this. They think that the husbands are actually going to come by and like.
Are they married still?
Yeah.
That's why. You're not, are you?
No.
Would you live the same lifestyle and let someone fuck your wife?
Hell, so I'm not. My brain's not wired that way.
Okay.
I'm a bull, so I have to, and I can't.
So no sharing for you.
I struggle with it. Like
Have you?
I've tried to do like a couple swap.
Okay.
But
you were jealous.
Not jealous. It was just
Your ego.
hard. No, not my ego at all. It was
But
just
how do you?
hard.
But how does that not relate on some level to your ego of it being hard if you're allowed to do the same thing?
Hmm. Oh yeah, because it's a double standard.
So
Uh-huh.
you acknowledge
Oh, for sure.
the double
Yeah, I
standard.
mean, if you're, especially if
I am Dr. Texas with no PhD, but I have a lot of knowledge.
yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah. So I try to provide if I'm like dating someone. It's like it's hard.
Have
in
you
some
dated?
situations.
Have you dated with? Have you dated someone knowing that like and still being in the lifestyle of the hot wiveness, or they accept it, or do you keep that two things
No,
separate, or
like
do you only date like-minded people like yourself that have been sex workers or people like in that avenue,
no.
or do you just stay single?
Well, I have a girlfriend, and
Why did you like I have a girlfriend? Like if
no,
you're Eeyore,
no,
like I have a girlfriend.
I have a girlfriend. She's awesome.
You better get that
Like,
bitch out. Was she a hot wife? Was she?
No,
Is she in the industry?
She's a normal girl. She's
Okay.
a normal girl.
So like a 9 to 5, we'll say
Yeah,
normal girl,
yeah.
because we're all normal
She is.
girls.
Yeah,
But
well, some, but
in the 9 to 5 world too,
she's
baby.
95, 95,
I
and
thought you said she was 95. I was like,
yeah,
damn,
but
you like grannies too? Jeez.
hey, someone can get it. But
What's the oldest lady you fucked? We're going off the charts, but what?
I think she's around 64.
Oh.
Yeah,
Does she have an oxygen tank?
her husband does.
Oh, wow.
She has.
So
That's the
her
best sex I've had, though. I mean,
the
she let me
best
fuck her.
sex from a
I mean, she
64?
I could fuck her in the ass, everywhere. Like,
She was
and
just
her husband
ready
was in the corners, like in his rocking chair to watch.
with the oxygen mask.
He took it off to watch us, But yeah, I mean,
That never startles you?
nah, it turned me on, motherfucker.
You a little sick in the head. Okay. Yeah.
I fucked some.
Yeah.
I used to watch granny porn back in the day. Yeah, that was my thing.
I feel like how you're trying to generalize like that. That's like a normal granny porn. Like what? See, the back in the day when you were 20, you're watching granny porn.
I could see some issues.
All power to you. I don't think I have issues. I think that you're well aware of what your interests are. So okay, you have a 9 to 5 girlfriend
so
who's
yeah.
not in the sexual industry, but she accepts your lifestyle.
Yes, I had to because when I met her, I had a nice roster. And so I wasn't trying to be serious
Okay.
at all, period, with no one.
Is
And
this something new or like you guys? How long have you guys been together?
4 years?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Long time.
you got into the industry being in a 2-year relationship already and
Right,
enjoying.
right.
Okay,
But 6 months of dating, I'm like, hey, by the way, I'm in the lifestyle. And that's all I pretty much said. I'm in the lifestyle,
so she was like, "Okay, cool. She'll know what that
But
means."
I'm not active right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like COVID. But then that was like,
It's like COVID.
no, I was during COVID.
I got that
Okay.
point, but I was just. You're hilarious.
I'm on,
Okay.
I'm on timeout right now. And then 6 months later, I'm like, well, actually, I'm a bull and I fuck wives. She's like, what?
So you waited another 6
Yeah,
months to
yeah.
tell her. You a evil motherfucker.
so-
you
yeah.
like made sure your
Yeah,
hooks were in.
Exactly.
This is a Leo in
Yeah,
you.
it is.
And
And so, yeah, so now.
so okay, so when you said that to her, was she just like, "What does that explain to me?"
Yeah, I had to break it
or like
down.
whatever. Okay, so
Yeah.
after you broke it down, was she like, "The fuck am I? Who am I in a relationship with?"
Yeah.
Was she was like,
Yes.
"How do I like? How did you make her feel comfortable to the point where y'all are still together for 4 something plus years, and you not only at the time that you fucked wives or were on your break from fucking wives, then now you entered the adult industry where now you're fucking people intentionally."
Right.
For everyone to see,
Yeah.
not just the husband. So how did you get her to be on board with that? Did you have to sacrifice certain things? Is she still only committed to you in this bedroom?
Yeah.
Walk us
Yeah.
through that.
So porn has been the most challenging for her.
Okay.
She doesn't like the industry. She likes people in the industry that she meets, but she doesn't like the industry for me just because of
She has to share her man.
yes. And it's on display for the public to see.
Mhm.
So when some of the stuff I've been in went viral, people they know what I look like
Yeah.
from her Instagram. and they're like, "Yo, that's your boyfriend. Do you
Do you
know?
know he's
Like,
got a secret life or
he's"
whatever? Yeah.
And so, like, coworkers and, like, relatives and friends all reached out, and because before I was under the radar. I was newer, no one knew, but then I started getting a little more
Popular.
popular, and then the shit came out of when I was on that reality show in November, and everyone knows. Everyone knows
So
now.
your life now is exposed.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So you can't
Mm,
hide anything. Not that I feel like you wanted to, but
yeah.
I think it also sometimes in, the world just we live in is we don't realize that people that we're with, it affects their lives on certain things too, whatever. And it's unfortunate, you know what I mean?
Mm,
And that's why I feel like certain people in the industries tend to couple with people that are in the
right.
industry.
Mm,
But I also think that it's not few and far between for other people to be on board with things as long as you have open lines of communication, you have like certain things. So how do you kind of maintain your relationship?
I try to bring her to as many events I can and introduce her.
Do you not think that makes it worse?
No, no, because a lot of the girls like her,
Hmm.
so it makes it easier for her because she gets to meet them and have conversations. We're like, oh, these are like cool girls. They're like normal, like cool,
So
regular people.
it takes the like her having to wonder what it is
Yeah,
into like an hour realization of
yeah. And then she understands it's just work and
yeah,
stuff like that when I'm like on set
yeah,
or whatever. But it is challenging. I have to overly communicate,
yeah.
and check in.
But I also don't think that that's a bad thing. Obviously, you
Mm,
know what I mean. I think that again, it's if you for her to allow you to be in a relationship and whatever, and I say allow lightly because I think that nobody should have control of
for sure.
anybody, and it's a boundaries level together in a unit. But there are just certain restrictions that some people are cool with and some people aren't. So it's like you have to give leeway.
Yeah.
It's like a give and take kind of
Mhm.
situation until it just doesn't work out. But I think that being honest and being forthcoming, and I think a lot of people have stigmas around the industry because they just don't know. So it's like the more information and, community that you can give to that person is good.
Um,
The only thing is sometimes when you give overexposed and it becomes people will form relationships and now it becomes the jealousy of like they
oh,
don't
yeah.
understand that there's a separation that work can have no feelings and it's more we're just
Yeah.
exhibitionists and like-minded people and there's no feelings with it. It's just more like energy um exchange in return. So I think that's the only like struggle that I could foresee things happening as long as like you keep those things open. But it is tough, it is,
It's the most
especially with something it's like because it's difficult, they're with this life and stigma and there, all these things going on, and then maybe it's not, it's other validations from other people getting seeping into your,
oh,
situation.
yeah.
So I feel like the best advice I could give to you is protect your relationship
Oh,
and
yeah.
don't let, remove the outside noise
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just tell her if there's any situation, talk
Yeah.
to me, be honest. And nowadays it's like you can't hide anything.
For
The
sure.
internet is the internet for a reason. People are gonna find things from pictures to lives and things like that, and the community
Yes.
that you're in is you're exposed, So it's like also things too is like you have to with the money and the fame and all these things come the other external problems that sometimes we probably wouldn't have dealt with if we would
Facts.
have just kept with the hot wives.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not wise, man.
Hot wives. You see what the hot wives led you? They opened the
Yeah.
doors to so many avenues, but I feel like it's done really well for you. Like I said, you for being in the business and a male coming from a hot wives world and all these things. And I don't really know the right term for that world. What is it called?
Yeah, how life lifestyle.
So the lifestyle, I guess, we would say the lifestyle world or whatever, and then coming and being, successful in the business and being, everyone always speaks very highly of you. You're a gentleman, and I think that nowadays is really few and far between of like standing on its own, where it's like you could just be a sexual being, but
Right.
not over sexualize women. And I
Exactly.
think that there people don't understand that there's a difference, but there's a huge difference. And I
Yeah.
think that coming from the lifestyle world where it's like the rules and the things in
Right.
place and where there was respect and understanding from if it was from the bull to the vixen to the relationship of
For
who
sure.
dictates certain things. I think it's a beautiful thing for the industry to know that there's a lot of things like that in place that if you want to have that partnership that it could be in place and you could play with each other and be in a comfortable setting for fun and you explore. And I think that that's the best part of it.
Sex clubs and parties and everything.
Everything. So what would you give advice or what advice would you give to someone getting into the industry present day right now?
Mm, I would say know what you want to achieve within the industry.
Okay.
Like, what's your goal? What's your purpose? What's the motivating factor for you wanting to enter? Is it for money, fame, whatever? Because that would determine your approach and how you enter.
Mm.
Understand your niche. What's something that you can add to the industry that you don't currently see? Whether it's for me, it's like having that gentleman, kind of more like polished, refined image.
Is that why you named yourself John Legendary?
I had to come up with a name. Some people feel like I look like John Legend.
Some people, so you don't believe that.
I mean,
You're not gonna be like the Love Is Blind chick who was like, I look like Megan Fox, and people said, you know what I mean?
So I was in Colombia, right? And I was on this date with this Colombian chick. She started talking about, oh my gosh, I prayed for this. Like, I can't believe this.
She thought you were John
She
Legend.
thought I was John Legend. She's crying at the dinner table.
Did she ask you to sing?
Yeah. I took her back to my Airbnb and gave her a concert. I can't sing though. You know what I'm saying?
Did she play the skin flute?
The who?
The skin flute?
What's that?
You're ticked.
Oh.
You're 40 years old. You know, you like it has
Oh,
a
the
whole, yeah.
Oh shit. It's a flute.
This isn't the bird, the flute.
Oh yeah. We had some crazy sex that night.
So can you give us a sample of your John Legend song?
I sang all of me.
Sing it for us.
No, I can't. I'm a terrible singer.
Can you try?
I can do it, or nah.
Yeah,
can't.
try it. It's in there. You need
Nah.
you need some more.
Nah.
I have water. I got tequila. What do you want?
Nah.
What's gonna make you say all of me?
We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go.
That's not John Legend.
I don't know. Wait, that is John Legend's song.
No, but it doesn't
It doesn't
sound like
I
him.
I can't sing.
Okay.
Is
Well, you
it-
never said you could sing like him. It was just
yeah,
him
right,
looking like. So I
exactly.
get it. So she realized
Yeah.
you were the knockoff.
No, she didn't realize.
Oh, she really
We had
is.
sex that night.
And her thinking that singing right there was making her believe.
Yeah, tequila. Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. So
Okay, so that's
how I
where
got
where it derived from.
Yeah.
At that time, you hadn't been in porn yet, or had
I
you?
have not. No.
So when you got in, you were doing your first scene. Who was your first scene for?
It was a blow bang for dog fart.
These
with Corey
names,
Chase.
these names, I
Yeah.
just can't.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was a blow bang.
Yeah.
All right. You gotta start. You gotta start
Gotta
somewhere.
start
You gotta.
Yeah.
I did one blow bang my whole career, and it was not the way I wanted it to
Mhm.
be, but it did its job. It was for But Women Returns, and it was a blow bang. I produced and directed that movie.
Nice.
It was, yeah.
Would you ever do another one?
I'm not opposed to it. It's just the way for me. I'm more of a visual person, so it was more of like the creative vision of was like the scenery, the type of like the men that I wanted, and it was just too short of a time, so nobody that I wanted was available at that
Okay.
time. So I think in that aspect, if I had complete control, yes, because there's in my something knocking on me. In my like perverse, one of my like kinks, whatever is, I like to be like whored out in a sense or slutted out in certain levels, but within my own like me doing it,
Mhm.
not having like someone forcing me to
Right.
do it, like me making it happen, kind of thing. So
Right.
in that aspect is why I wanted the blow bang to take place. It just wasn't how I wanted it to go down,
For sure.
but I made it great.
That's
Did
what's-
it all. But you gotta start somewhere. And mine definitely was.
I might need to bring you to my these hotel conventions I go to. I go to international.
What do you do?
I go to interracial
I'm a-
Hawaii conventions.
Okay.
It's like
There's
Yeah,
conventions.
it's conventions. Like
Oh my
hotel
God, I'm
takeover.
so okay.
And it's
Is
like
there seminars?
yeah, everything. There's like 200 black
That's-
guys and like 600 couples, and you just fuck the whole weekend. You just
Do you get like bracelets or numbers
Yeah,
to
you
be
get-
like
you
and it's like each color? So do you like link up with the thing?
no, so it's
Like how does this
yeah,
work? I'm
It's
so
like
fascinated.
they have
Do they have this for women like like the reverse, like fucking hot wife or hot husbands?
fucking her husband. I mean,
Like what? Like maybe the wife be the cuckolds, and like so if me fucking their husbands and they're watching me, or is
I do
that
that too.
or is that not on the menu?
No, that's not the name. You can do that because I know women who enjoy watching your husband's fuck.
Okay, so it's a thing.
Yeah. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah. So I mean, shit.
So what do the band and the colors mean? Like
No,
how do you
it's just a bad saying that you can.
say like
Yeah,
who's
you're
fucking
good.
and who's
You're
not?
good. That you're good to.
Do you have
there.
to get tested? I'm
You don't
assuming.
have to get tested because there was using like condoms. It's not like
Okay.
it's not like industry.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
Okay.
it's like a
So
regular sex
these are
toy.
like someone's doctor
Now a lot of
friends.
people, obviously get tested.
Yeah.
But
Okay. So there's conventions. Everyone's fucking. Everyone's passing their wives, husbands around.
yeah.
How many of these do you go to a year?
I used to go to 4, but now I don't go to any
Okay.
because I don't have time.
Okay.
I haven't been to one in like a year and a half. You know.
So you would go to these conventions and you were with your girlfriend and she didn't care?
I brought her to one,
Oh,
and we fucked wives together.
she fucked wives too? I like that for her. Okay, so she's just not into like you. Oh no, you're not into her fucking other dudes because you're the bull, but you could participate together.
She
So are you the bull in the vixen situation?
no well. So I
So
I
much
ca-
information.
I called her a female bull as
Oh.
well. So we've cut couples together.
Oh.
Where
So you taught her.
yeah, exactly. So she'll, be humiliating and having a husband in the corner, like, hey, right, I won't touch my little dick no more,
Mm.
and, make sure he's locked up and not touching his dick and while I'm fucking his wife and she'll join it. And
Because this is what's gonna happen to your dick if it happens
yeah,
to this boy.
So, we've cut, husband, together.
Okay.
So yeah, and I brought her to one of the events as well, and so she got to see firsthand what I do in the lifestyle
Okay.
at a big convention like
I
that.
like that though, because you're including her. She's getting to offer to it to a degree. Obviously, if she's not, I mean, she's probably good at having some man telling him not to touch his little dick in the corner. I mean,
Yeah, she's very dumb.
you're like, watch out. What is one of your biggest pet peeves?
Bad hygiene.
Bad hygiene?
Oh my god.
Have you ever had one of these hot porn stars that you thought was like really hot and had bad hygiene?
I've hated it.
Ah, hilarious. What most excites you about the future?
The term future excites me because I would not in a million years imagine that I would be right here 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. So I could only imagine what the future may hold. And that in itself is exciting. I wake up every day, especially not working in corporate America anymore. I wake up with this renewed sense of like excitement and energy because it's like, yo, the
You're working
future's
for
gonna be
yourself?
so fucking bright. I don't even know what I'll be successful in,
Hmm.
but I know I'll be successful in something.
I love that. I believe that too. How many times have you jerked off to my movies?
At least a couple times.
At least a handful.
At least yeah. And I remember back in the day, let's see. I remember your name and I remember that ad.
Mm-mm.
So,
Two top contenders.
you know what I'm saying? And I remember, I used to, in my early 30s or late 20s, because I didn't watch that much porn.
Okay. Because you
But-
were fucking a lot.
Yeah.
When you're fucking a lot, you're not really watching porn because you're
Yeah.
like being active,
But I definitely watched some of your porn.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like 3 people that you look like, and it's not. And I feel like it's like I feel like John Legend is probably the least of
Yeah,
those.
I agree.
But that's who do you
I
get?
get Terrence Howard, number 1.
I wasn't even gonna say that one.
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say that one. I forget exactly. Is it TJ Jackson? He's a comedian, and he was in the him and it's a cross between him and Ricky
Yeah,
Johnson.
I hear Ricky all the time.
I hear that. I see that too. And then like John Legend too. I could tie those 3 together as who I
Yeah.
feel like your face looks like. Because
Mhm.
I'm like looking at you and I'm just like, I could see all 3 of those
Yeah.
people. I'll show you the person I'm talking to. I think I don't know if it's TJ Jackson or something. I'll show you. Yeah. But you do. You look like those people. I get that too a lot. I feel like I have a chameleon face where I feel like four different people. Can you guess who people say I look like?
Shit.
I look like. Like put you on the spot. You didn't even know. I've gotten Cameron Diaz. I've gotten Michelle Pfeiffer. I've
I can see
gotten
that.
Baby
Yeah.
Spice, Lisa
Yeah.
Marie Presley. I've
No,
gotten
okay.
yeah, a mix of all.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times since you're in this lifestyle, since you're a content or creator, you work for, mainstream companies, how many times do you personally masturbate for your own pleasure? Do you even get time for that these
That's a
days?
good question. The only time lately I've masturbated were in the form of like customs.
Okay.
So
So that's not even personal pleasure.
right. I think let's see, how many times do I jack off for personal pleasure? Maybe
Let's say a week's time.
it's more like a couple
Once.
times a month.
So yeah, not a lot.
Yeah, like a couple times a
But
month.
does it still serve its purpose because you're coming for other reasons? Like, because, certain things, like for me, even when I was fucking a lot in porn, I still needed to come for myself. Because it's like you have this itch you have to scratch and it's not being
Yeah.
really fulfilled.
It's more like, damn, I can't sleep.
Mm,
Yeah, no, I'm in the bed
rock
by
that back to
myself.
sleep. Usually when I'm more horny when I'm about to go to
Yeah, I'm
sleep.
like, okay. Or just take some Adderall, you know what I'm saying, so I can do
So
some
you're
work.
like,
You know, and then I'm like, oh, I'm so focused, and I go on Twitter, I see some pussy. I'm like, oh shit, now I'm horny. And like, yeah, now I'm like jacking off like for an hour straight.
hours
You
straight.
know.
Stamina.
Yeah.
Have you ever tasted your own cum?
Yeah.
What does it taste like?
Great.
That mean sweet? Does it have an distinct taste? It
doesn't
just
taste
tastes
like
like
anything.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Have you ever injured yourself during sex?
Yes.
What
I
is your
swear
injury?
I felt like I broke my dick. I was dry humping actually, and this girl had on these like, I know I had on some tight pants, I think, and she had a big booty, and she came down on me, and it like bended it back, and so yeah, my shit
Did
was
you see
fucked up.
stars?
I saw, it went black, and I had to go to the doctor and everything like
Did you
that.
actually break it, or was it
No,
just
it was just fucked up pretty bad. Yeah, I think that was the only time I really injured myself.
have you ever had sex with a midget?
No, but I saw one last night and I was thinking about it.
So it made you
Big booties. I like big booties.
Have you ever had sex on a toilet seat?
Not in a toilet seat, no.
But sitting on a toilet seat, not in it.
Nah,
But
I've
like,
only had sex in like bathroom stalls though.
okay, so
Yeah.
like bent over type things,
Yeah,
not just like the
yeah.
whole thing. Okay.
A couple times.
First celebrity crush.
I would say Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
That's I can think of like off the top of my head. Yeah.
If you could relive one day, which day would it be and why?
Oh, that's a good question.
It could be anything.
So I was on the set of a HBO Max show.
Okay.
Okay, it's called Rap Shit, and that was the best day of my life. Like I thought it was the most cool experience I've never
Okay.
experienced. I had my own trailer.
Okay.
I'm like this
Big
this is
time.
a lot for a dude from Detroit. I was like, this is dope, and it was the highlight, one of the highlights of my life. So that's the day I would
To relive that
hell
feeling
yeah,
again.
hell
Okay.
yeah.
Is there anything you regret saying no to?
Oh, that's a good question.
Miss Texas is full of.
Huh?
I said Miss Texas is full of good questions.
Here, yeah, see shit. Regret saying yes.
No to.
Oh, no to.
Yeah, like maybe you could, like you said no to it, and maybe you wish you could relive that opportunity again because you like something like something out of that made something else, or do you just stand 10 toes down and for a decision
Like,
you've made?
no. There's been times where I'm like, yo, damn, had I not did this, I had not left this job, I would still be there because the job I left to, the grass was getting greener.
Okay.
But then I think about, foresight. where I am today.
Mm.
So had I stayed, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I don't think I regret not saying no to something.
Okay. Stand on it.
Yeah.
Best concert experience you've ever experienced.
You know what? I mean, Drake concerts are always my favorite. Kanye. But listen, I'm not a Beyonce fan by any measure.
Okay.
By any measure.
Okay.
They used to call me a Beyonce hater.
Oh.
But I went to this Beyonce concert a few years ago, 2016. Maybe it was on the run. I don't know. And it was at Dodger Stadium.
Mm.
It was the best thing I ever seen in my life.
She's great.
She had a Prince tribute show.
She's great.
It was the best shit I've ever seen in my life. So I think that was the dopest concert experience.
I definitely think of our time. She's definitely iconic of across where it's like the triple trifecta from like dancing, singing,
Yeah.
choreo. Like her outfits are on fire. Her stages are always great. Like
Right.
I saw the On the Run tour myself, and then I just
Yeah.
saw her last one that was just here. It was for her birthday thing.
No doubt.
Sick.
Really.
Love it. Do you send nudes?
Not often,
Okay,
not often.
but you do.
Yeah,
You're sending dick pics.
like twice a year.
Okay. Before you got into the industry, what was your porn search history? What are you masturbating to get off?
Best deep throat blowjob.
Okay, you're an oral man.
Yeah.
Big titties. You said you like titties
Yeah,
too.
big titties, big booties, milfs. Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
sure down the list.
busty milfs.
Busty milfs. All right, now we're gonna do my favorite part, Truth with Texas. We're gonna get a little bit spicy, a little naughty, a little kinky, maybe a little romantic. Would you consider yourself a romantic?
For sure.
What is the most romantic thing you've done for your partner?
Oh man.
With all this dick you're giving around, you better be romantic on some level.
Shit. I mean, my idea of being romantic is more so in like the bedroom.
Okay.
Being just very passionate and sensual.
Okay.
I
So
do,
you're like a lover.
yes, I do like to incorporate like elements of like BDSM.
Okay.
Like impact play and like spanking and bondage and
So like feathery, like bondage, like
Yeah,
where it's like kind of sensual
blindfolded.
play.
Uh,
Like, okay.
So I enjoy that type of stuff.
Okay. What would you say is your love language? How do you show love?
So
Is it acts of service?
my love language is acts of service and physical touch. So that's what I like to receive. And what I like to give is essentially whatever that whatever your love language is, I'm good with that. I think the most challenging thing for me is probably like words of affirmation.
Mm,
That's sometimes I'm not as vocal with my feelings or whatever you need to hear.
okay.
So I think that might be my most challenging one, but I feel like I'm pretty good with all of it.
Making out or cuddling?
Cuddling.
Cut or uncut?
What?
What is your dick?
Hold
I'm
on.
like, I've never seen your dick. I mean, I know
I'm
you're
cut.
fan so I don't know.
I'm cut, yeah.
Okay. You're like, excuse me, ma'am? You're like, if your sex life was the title of a song, what would it be?
A lot.
Okay. A lot. Have you ever answered the phone during sex?
Yeah.
You're like, all the time.
Right.
What are your biggest turn-ons? What is something that a woman can just do that just makes you aroused?
Smell it real good.
Okay.
Oh, this is what really gets me going. If she start talking some intelligent, smart shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a sapiosexual, so I like to be stimulated like mentally.
Okay.
So once you like I was on this date and this girl started talking about like economics. My thing was so fucking all.
Hard, literally, as we pound it all the way. Oh, dinner or a movie date? You can only pick one.
Oh shit. I like movies better.
Okay.
I like nachos.
Foreplay or sex? You can only have one.
Sex
Lights on or lights off?
on.
Hitachi or dildo? What are you helping your woman with?
Hitachi.
Okay. Naked or lingerie? Doesn't matter.
It depends who's wearing. I would make
Favorite place to be kissed?
on my neck.
Giving or receiving? Are you a giver or are you a taker?
Both, but
I'm a both.
I like receiving.
Okay. Nothing wrong with the truth here. We like the truth here at Private Talk. All right, spicy questions. Do you have a celebrity hall pass? Is there someone that doesn't matter what relationship that you're in, that if this person, it could be a childhood crush that you've had forever, if she slid into your DMs, you're definitely hitting it?
Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian? Okay, you really a Kim K fan. You got those skims of the boy, you
Yeah,
know.
I do.
Yeah, that's how you know you really a fan. He's like, this is the closest way she's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
touch my
Oh, yeah.
body
Yeah.
because she did.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you know, I'm a firm believer of manifesting. You know, maybe you're gonna be a Skims model. You know, there. You know, Usher got his money worth. You know, like. What is something completely off limits to you? You're very like seem open about a lot of things. Is there anything that you're just completely off
Yeah,
the table?
I want to stay straightforward.
Okay.
So that's it. That's my.
Okay. Dirty talk. Do you like it? Do you need it? Does it
I
stimulate
get
you?
off on it.
Okay.
Like I didn't know I was into it, but the last 5 years I realized like I get going. Like I can come like too fast by dirty talk.
So I could talk the come out of your dick. If
You
I was
could.
just sitting right here staring you in the eyes and telling you all the dirty things you want to hear, I could make you come.
Well, like if I was fucking you, yeah.
No, I'm just saying if I could talk it out
Oh,
of you, like I was
no.
saying, like verbally, because
No.
that's what dirty talk
I
is.
would. I could. But
Because it's purely dirty talk.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
dirty talk and sex play is two different things.
Yeah. Well,
But if you're really good at dirty talking, I could either at least
I-
pre-cum before you
People
just,
up.
yeah.
Oh shit! I'm trying to see what that be like.
My dirty talk is
Yeah,
impeccable.
Really?
Been all over the world, international, baby.
I'm nervous.
I think you were nervous before I said all of that. Don't you, boy? Have you ever stayed in a relationship for sex? The sex was just too good, you just couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever broken up with somebody because they were bad in bed?
Yes.
You were like, I don't want. Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had someone throw up on you during sex, giving fellatio and
Oh,
the
yeah.
listening? Do you just like wipe it up and keep going, or do you like
No, you-
stop the whole thing?
No, I just keep going. I ain't wipe it up.
It's gonna get messier before you keep.
That's extra move.
Look, see, you're talking like a real porn star. over here. All right. Let's see. Shower sex or car sex? Only pick one.
Shower set.
All right, these are the kinky questions. Have you ever woken up next to someone you did not know their name?
Yes.
What is a sex skill that you were most proud of? What is something that you said, you know, you have to have your niche, you have to have your thing? Is there something that stands out above you than all the rest?
I really like my stroke game.
Okay. Long stroke, short stroke, you know, long stroke in it. You're a golfer?
It's slow.
Golfer. What's most number of times you've had sex in one day? How many nuts can you have in one day before you're shooting blanks?
Haven't got to that point yet. I think it was around not like 12, 9 to 12.
In one day you came?
Well, how many times I have sex?
Well, but that's what I said until you stopped where you saw
Well,
dust,
so the
you
thing
know?
is,
Because
I
it's
had-
like you can
I-
still stroke it, but you're like, you know, I
I was
want.
fucking these wives, right? And I had dick appointments, right? But I only came with 5 because I wanted to make sure I got to fuck all of them.
So if you don't come, does it even count for the wife? Because
Yeah,
if I'm the wife and you're not,
they
I'm
just
not
happen to
making
be with
you
me.
come, then
They-
I'm upset.
I
That's
faked too.
annoying. Oh, you're one of those. I hate
I
your
I
kind.
faked
I hate the fake
Yeah, I
comers.
fake come
Why?
only with wives.
Ah,
Only with wives. I've only fake
you
come with wives.
allegedly.
When you're fucking like at a convention and you're fucking a lot of women in
Okay.
a day, it's like
So please show us, how do you fake it? What do you do?
like I'm coming, run.
Because you have the condom. You have the condom.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, okay.
Exactly. So like, I'm coming. Oh,
He has a spiel, guys.
oh.
That's and then they just think you
And then I
come,
just take the
and you just
just
take
go
it.
real quick.
Oh, like you're a fucking
yeah,
Houdini.
like I don't want you to see there's no coming.
I always look
Yeah.
because I did not know that men fake came until like maybe I don't know. It's probably season 3. We're on season 5 now, maybe 2 or 3. I was talking because I have a lot of guy friends, so like we talk
Yeah.
shop, we're talking whatever, and he's like, yeah, and he's like, I fake came. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, you don't know men do that, and I'm like, no, they don't. And he was like, I bet you're thinking right now all the times that you think whatever. I'm like, yeah, the fuck I am. I was like, I didn't even know this was a thing. So on the podcast that season was a question for a lot of the men. I was like, have you ever fake came? And a lot of them all said yes, because it was like, I was like, but why wouldn't you just be honest and be like, it's not working out or it's not whatever? Because then they think they're doing a great job. So now you're like creating a problem because they're fake whatever they're doing or not doing, and they think you came.
Yeah,
I'm offended.
I fake.
I to this day don't think anyone has, but I have like the probability of how many times I've had sex. Someone's had to do it.
Yes.
So I'm upset for the people.
Yeah, I've never faked with like my girlfriend. No.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't believe
I'm
that.
going on record by saying
I
that.
feel like that if you've done it once, you've done it
Nah,
all. Like you're like, baby, I've worked too much, but I'm still gonna fuck you. But
I haven't fake come in a couple of years.
do you even like use a condom with your girlfriend?
No.
But okay, I guess there's a lot of questions that is open that too, is because is she fucks you without a condom, but you're having a sex work. Does she get tested as well, or
Yeah,
do
she gets
you
tested.
only get tested before you have sex with her again?
Well, she gets tested, but I get tested like all the time.
Okay. But it's because she has sex with other girls that she gets tested, or just to say for because that you're working with active with other people?
her regular checkups and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like nothing like like
Like a performer type of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only if like we've had to like perform at like a sex show,
Uh-huh.
a sex party, and she got tested because we were gonna have like a three-way
Something situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any fetishes? Do you have them?
Yes, I mean I really like I love the power exchange dynamic and cuckolding.
Okay.
That's one of my biggest fetishes.
All right. Naughty questions. Choked or spanked? Which do you like to do more?
Spain.
Spank? Lube or spit?
Spit.
Have you ever paid for sex before you in porn?
Yes.
Handcuffs or blindfolded? Only one, you greedy fuck.
Blindfolded.
Okay. Mile High Club, are you a part of it? Private or commercial?
Commercial.
Job, I like it. Oral sex, sloppy or clean? How do you like it? When's the last time you had a threesome? You're like 2 hours. 2 hours ago, Alexis. 2 days?
Like very recent, like
Okay. This week.
yeah, this week, yeah.
Have you ever hooked up with a friend's sibling?
Here. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. You're like,
Pretty
I've done a lot of fucked up shit.
Yes. I've fucked a lot of people in my
You
life.
friend fucker.
Yeah, I fucked sisters before. I fucked a few pair of sisters.
Okay.
See,
Have you ever fucked somebody's mom?
all the time.
Like, but your friend's mom?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh. You and Ricky have a lot of life.
I want to fuck a mother and a daughter together.
Together? Do you think they would do that?
Well, I haven't met them yet.
Oh, see, I like how
Want to?
you see how he talks. It's like he doesn't say it in like a negative, like it's not gonna happen. He's already willed it to happen. So therefore, I believe it will happen. But I don't. That has a lot of trauma in that whole loaded thing. But we're gonna continue. All right, last naughty question. Biggest turn off. We know all your turn ons. We know you're looking for a wife. I'm not a wife. We're looking for a mother and a daughter situation to fuck to fulfill your fantasy. But what is something that is a turn off?
If she doesn't smell fresh down there.
So just the hygiene thing is big for you.
Oh, yeah, very big.
Biggest. Okay.
Mm.
Hygiene is a no-go.
Nice, yeah.
Have you ever had to cancel a scene or a content shoot because of hygiene?
I thought about it.
So you didn't have the balls to do
I
it?
had my girlfriend, Postmates, me some douche,
Oh. Mm.
so I can give to the female performer,
Mm.
and I thanked her so much.
And you were like, surprise, here you go. And she was like,
Thank you.
oh, like
was
she didn't know.
saying, yeah, she needed.
But how do you show up and not come prepared? Like that's your job. Your vagina is like your livelihood in the sex work industry.
Yeah.
You know? First things first, your vagina should be your best friend. You should know how it tastes, how it feels,
Hey,
like, smells, all the, check that thing off.
please.
Finger test. If you can't taste it, then they're not going to want to taste it. You heard?
Mm.
All right, that is the rest of Truth with Texas. You did amazing. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure getting to know you. I had fun getting to know the whole lifestyle aspect of things. I definitely am an open book when it comes to sexuality and then love people who are like really into their sexuality and like with their craft. So I feel like it was very educational for me and I hope Private Talk as well. Is there anything that you would like to ask Miss Texas before you leave?
Hmm. Would you ever go to a sex party?
I would go to a sex party. I have been to a sex party like back in the day. That sounds like I'm quoting you, but also dating myself. I hosted parties at like lifestyle stuff when we used to do like exoticas in Miami and stuff like that. So I've done parties at swinger clubs. I've done those types of things. I was married in the industry at one point, so my ex-husband was a performer at one point. So he would do things with people like make them squirt, like he was known for squirt, like making girls squirt and stuff like that. So he would be whatever. For me, I didn't participate in any of the sex parties. I was more of a voyeur of things, but I also like with him, I wasn't jealous or anything like that. Like that was something he liked to do to make girls feel like to get off. So I embraced it and it was like with those things. It was very fascinating to see the lifestyle in that part, but I didn't know the internal parts. You just see the visual part of it. So the one that I went that was the most extreme was one in Florida, and it was like you walked in and there was like all different types of rooms that were different types of like experiences, which I thought was really cool, from like a locker room scene to cabanas and like these other things. And there was stuff that you could do on the dance floor. So it was very visual, which was cool. And you could see people who are like in that lifestyle, I kind of feel like tend to maybe do a little like ecstasy or mushrooms or things like that to feel those things too. So I could see how it could enhance those experiences. So I thought it was fascinating on that part. Like I'm very stimulated by what gets people off and like the environments that you're in and like feeling safe in those things. So so I wouldn't say no. I like to be the voyeur of things. I don't think I'd be like, hey, watch me have sex, which not that I have a problem with that because obviously I'm in the sex industry, but I don't think that I would get off myself as much on that. I'd get more off in the act of watching people get fucked.
So you're aware.
But liking it, because I feel like I could see if you like it or not, or you're just doing it to do it kind of thing. But yeah, so that's me. What can I say? All right, please let us know where we can support you, where we can follow you, and go and check out your OnlyFans.
Yes, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Legendary XXX, on Instagram, John Legendary _ OnlyFans, John Legendary, Pornhub, John Legendary, my official website, Legendary X, and
there you have it, John Legendary. Thank you again so much for coming to be a part of Private Talk, and I'm glad I got to know you a little bit more. All right, until we meet again. This episode is sponsored by Bet Online.